Hello, my name is Curtis Crane from the Crane Center of Transgender Surgery. I'm both a board-certified plastic surgeon and a fellowship-trained reconstructive urologist. I'm here to present to you some very exciting news. We have come to an agreement with Blue Cross Blue Shield of Texas, and we are now in network. This has been a year endeavor that has required countless meetings, energy, time, emotion, tears on my part and possibly theirs. But we're very excited. It started out that when I opened the practice in Austin in 2016, we were doing Blue Cross Blue Shield of Texas cases. And then it got to a point where we unfortunately heard from them that they could not fund any more cases, that there were other surgeons in Texas that were willing to do the procedure. And so we actually had to move about 40 to 60 cases from Texas to California because the patients wanted to come to the Crane Center for their surgery, but Blue Cross Blue Shield was saying that they couldn't cover them at that time. And so the way around it was to have the patients go to California, to my team there, and then Blue Cross Blue Shield of California would take over, and we have a contract with them. But you can see how that would be annoying and frustrating for some patients that live in Texas. I'm in Austin, Texas, yet they're having to fly to California for their surgery. So I reached out to Blue Cross Blue Shield, my team did, and we finally got a meeting with the vice president, which I was very thankful for. And it gave me an opportunity to explain to him, you know, I'm sure you see surgeons all day long that say I'm the best in the world, but I actually am one of the only surgeons in the world that has done 2 residencies and 2 fellowships to help this community. I did a 6-year urology residency, a year trauma and reconstructive urology fellowship that focus on the treatment of urethral stricture and fistula, which is the most common complication in phalloplasty. I then became a board-certified plastic surgeon with a focus on microsurgery. I'm a microsurgeon. I'm credentialed at the hospitals I work at as a microsurgeon. In every phalloplasty, I'm under the microscope with another microsurgeon. And then after that, after those 3 years, I did a transgender surgery fellowship overseas. So 2 residencies and 2 fellowships and 2 surgical subspecialties to train for this community. We then presented the vice president of Blue Cross Blue Shield multiple publications where we show that we have complication rates that are lower than some of the other very well-known centers in the world. And so, and then I also discussed with the vice president that it actually saves you money to go with us because we have lower complication rates, and we see patients that have gone to other surgeons in Texas that have had complications with them, and their surgeon has not effectively treated the complication, or the patient just doesn't want to go to that surgeon anymore. And so then the insurance company has to pay us to treat the complication. And sometimes that requires multiple surgeries depending on the complication. So we presented our data to the vice president. He took a few months to research everything, and I'm sure he's a very busy man, has a lot on his plate. And he came back and he said, "You're right, we really want to contract with you." And I was so happy that he saw that we would be good partners with him. I really appreciate his willingness to work with us. And then we started the contract negotiations, which I was upset that it was taking a few months, and I actually voiced that on a follow-up phone call with him, and he said, "You know what, I'm sorry. I know your patients need these surgeries, but unfortunately, this is the way insurance companies work, and these negotiations always take a few months." And so I said, "Okay, no problem." I know he was doing the best he could. And we came to an agreement, and now we can treat Blue Cross Blue Shield of Texas patients right here in Austin, Texas, As in-network providers, I see this as being a very long and prosperous relationship, partnering with Blue Cross Blue Shield of Texas. We're both very happy with each other. I couldn't thank the Vice President more, and I look forward to seeing each of you Blue Cross Blue Shield of Texas patients so that we can help you accomplish your surgical goals. Thank you.